sedge or nut grass. A lot of people struggle with this stuff. Lots of different products on the market that allegedly kills it. I have yet to find something that has. I've tried pulling it, and that basically takes the tops off and it comes back. You can stay ahead of it by pulling it, but it's a lot of work, and it is definitely not a solution to it in general. This bed had a lot of perennials in it, but they've all succumbed to me spraying different chemicals on it, trying to get rid of this sedge. And just to show you, the perimeter of this bed is right on the lawn. Luckily, I do not have it encroaching in the lawn yet. The rest of the bed is fairly clear of it. Here is the tail end of the infestation, I guess you would call it, of the sedge. So I'm doing this video to help people who are frustrated, so you can kind of understand why you're having so much trouble, and don't think that you're failing at it, because this stuff is like dinosaur grass, dinosaur weed. It can survive a lot of crap. So you go out and you're pulling this stuff. You're out here and you're pulling it, and it looks like you're getting all the roots as you're pulling it, but in actuality you're not. So I took one of these clumps and I took it to the back and I rinsed it off and dissected it, so I can kind of help you understand why this stuff is almost impossible to kill. So I'm back, and by no means am I a horticulturalist at all, or a specialist on weeds and grasses, but you can see out of that one clump there was a lot of nuts in it. So if you look at this plant, here's a plant. It has a nut at the base. This one has a nut at the base. This one has a nut at the base. This one has another nut there. So you're out there and you're pulling this stuff, and you break this one and you break it off and you pull this plant out. Well, this nut is left behind, dormant, waiting for however many years before it decides to sprout, and it turns into that. This is one that didn't have any growth on it. It actually has two nuts. It has a little baby one right here, in addition to the other one, but there's the new spike where it's just waiting to grow again. And you can see how deep these parents are away from the grass. So they are about 8 inches under the ground. This one's a little bit shallower, but you can see that I broke this tail of where this other one is located. So when you open these things up, I cut this one. It's like dead wood on the inside. You wouldn't think anything would grow out of this, but I guess it's just like a dried seed or a bean. It get the right things, or the moon and stars align, and all of a sudden it just sprouts out into a full-fledged plant. So like I said, this was a little 8x8 clump of dirt, and you can see just how many of these nuts were in the ground, but there was only 3 plants actually showing above the surface. So even if you got one plant got a nut out of the ground, or 3 nuts out of the ground, thinking that you got it out, you did not. So my plan for that bed is to actually take all the soil out about 12 inches down and discard it off my property and start over with new soil. And then if I have any new nutsedge sprout, I'm just going to try to stay ahead of it and dig down deep to try to find the nuts in that area, even if I have to screen it out. But I have not found any chemical to completely kill it, just to kill the tops of it. If there's anybody out there that know a different way to handle this stuff, let us know. I know plenty of people that are going to view this video will find it very helpful and will be very thankful for any advice you have. Thanks for watching.